Hello curious minds. In this episode let's see what's inside a common household lighter, also known as a barbecue lighter. I don't want to tear this one apart because it's newish and I still use it, but I already opened an older one which has already run out of gas. Theoretically they're refillable, but no one does that, so it's a throwaway. Might as well take a look at what's inside before throwing it away. So, what's inside? We see we actually have two main components. We have the pressurized gas tank, where the flammable gas, such as butane I think, lies. A small pipe through which the gas can travel up the barrel all the way to the tip. Should remove this. Also, here there is a piezoelectric mechanism for generating sparks. We'll explain that in a moment. But suffice it to say that a high voltage is generated, which travels down these two wires, again all the way to the tip of the lighter. At the tip, the wires are not too far but not too close. They're just at the right distance, such as, because of the high voltage, a spark appears between them. Now, when that spark appears, combined with the gas that is flowing up, a flame appears. We have oxygen, we have gas, we have high temperature. Because of the spark, a flame appears, and that flame keeps on going as long as the trigger is being held and the gas is coming out of this recipient. Let's speak a bit about the construction of this lighter and how it all works. So for the gas tank, we see here we have a valve that when you press the trigger, it pushes down this lever, which pulls on this valve over here, thus opening a way for the gas to travel out. Of course, in a restricted manner, such that it doesn't all flow out at the same time. It's a valve controlling the flow of gas. At the same time, we also hear a noise. So in this piezoelectric mechanism, which we'll open up and discuss about in a moment, what happens is that there is a spring which is loaded when we press the trigger, and then it snaps and pushes like a hammer on the crystal, and that smashing of the crystal is what generates a very short-lived but high voltage spark at this tip. The high voltage is generated here but travels down these wires, and it manifests the spark over here. Also, before tearing it further apart, I want to talk of the protection mechanisms that are built in this device. So this used to be here, and it was something like this. So what this did is, unless you keep this pressed and also pushed forward, you couldn't press this trigger. Why is that? Let's take a closer look. Let's adjust the light a bit. I don't know if you can see. So in order to push on this trigger, it has to go in that direction. And it's stuck. I don't know why it's stuck right now. Oh yeah, it's stuck exactly because of the protection mechanism. So if you can see, it has a little white knob that goes into this little plastic casing, and normally it's blocked by another piece of plastic, so you cannot pull it. But if you press down on this plastic part, it's allowed to travel all the way to the back. And and this is what this was for. So whenever you would press the little red button, so the little red button actually presses this little red piece of plastic, which then presses on this white piece of plastic, and now you can also press this, and voila, unless you press this then you cannot pull the trigger. Also there was another built-in mechanism, so another lock, so see left and right. Again, this is also a little knob that gets in the way of the trigger and prevents it from going in this direction. Sorry about that. There we go. Yeah, so that's about the protection mechanism. Now let's tear it further apart so we can get to the piezoelectric mechanism. We see here the lever and how it works to open the valve. This black wheel adjusts the pressure, how much gas can go out. Here's the connecting pipe. And finally, la pièce de résistance. The metal casing. One of the wires, the one I'm holding in my right hand, was connected to the metal casing, so had the same electric potential, and the other wire is connected to this tip, and the spark happens between the metal casing and this tip. And there it is in all its glory. Now what do we have here? It's not easily visible and I don't want to further break this down, but believe me, here there's a spring and also a little piece of metal. So when you press on this part, the spring gets compressed, but we see the piece of metal is stuck over here. But if you keep pressing hard enough, the piece of metal will eventually snap and hit the crystal and then generate the high voltage over here. Now I'm gonna turn off the lights a little bit and press it to show you the spark. Come on. Huh? No spark, it was too close. I think they were touching. Yeah, they were touching. See, there's the spark. Now, you can use this spark for all sorts of useful things, like to shock yourself. Ouch, ouch. That's not pleasant. One thing I noticed, you don't have to touch like both ends of the cable in order to get an electric shock. You just have to touch this one. Also, if you touch this one, no shock occurs. I won't go into the details explaining why. Only this side is generating shocks, but yeah. So here it is in all its glory. If you haven't lost your patience yet, I will attempt to open another lighter. I expect to find more or less the same elements inside and the same principle of working. So without further ado, let's open this one up as well. Just as expected, we have the same basic components. The reservoir, the gas tank, with the pipe going up to the tip. The piezoelectric mechanism with the piezoelectric crystal and the spring, which maybe you can see better or not, I'm not sure. The little lever to open the valve, the trigger, and here we have only a single safety mechanism, this lock switch, which again is just a piece of plastic that goes right or left and slides in here, preventing the switch from being pulled. Otherwise it's exactly the same things we talked about.